What would happen if one morning you walked into a supermarket and every shelf was empty? No vegetables, no rice, no meat, just flickering fluorescent lights and price tags that no longer mean anything. What happens when supply chains collapse? When soil turns sterile? When fresh water runs dry? When food becomes a luxury only a few can afford? We think that's a future scenario. But 2,400 years ago, a civilization faced the same challenge, and they solved it. Not with machines, not with chemical fertilizers, not with modern technology. They built a system that produced nearly infinite food. And then it vanished from the modern world. Before Europeans ever set foot in the Americas, the Valley of Mexico was not dry land like it is today. It was a vast network of lakes stretching to the horizon, reflecting the sky like a mirror. At the center of Lake Texcoco, a city rose from the water. Not a legend, but Tenochtitlan. Its streets were not streets, but canals. Its traffic was not carts, but silent canoes gliding between buildings. A population of over 200,000 people, larger than most European cities at the time. A megacity built on water. The question is, where did they get their food? They did not farm on land. They farmed on water. The system was called Chinampas. At first glance, they looked like small rectangular islands floating across the lake. But beneath their simplicity was ecological genius. Wooden stakes were driven into the lake bed. Branches were woven into frames. Layer after layer of nutrient-rich mud was dredged from the bottom of the lake and piled on top. Day after day, the soil rose higher. A new island, born from water. But the real miracle was not how they built it. It was how it sustained itself. The surrounding water constantly kept the soil moist year-round. The lakebed mud was packed with minerals and microorganisms. Plant roots reached deep, absorbing nutrients 24 hours a day. No irrigation systems. No chemical fertilizers. No fallow seasons. A single Chinampa could produce 3 to 7 harvests per year. Meanwhile, European farmers of the same era were lucky to harvest once. Historians estimate that this system could feed over 1 million people within a single lake region, without exhausting the soil, without cutting down forests, without draining rivers. Each year, farmers dredged fresh mud and renewed the land. It wasn't just agriculture. It was a closed-loop ecosystem. Food production, nearly infinite. Then came 1521. Dark silhouettes appeared on the water. The forces of Hernan Cortés surrounded the city. Canals were blocked. Dikes were destroyed. Water systems were seized. A city that depended on the lake began to suffocate. After the empire fell, the Spanish drained the lake. They built a European-style city on dry ground. The Chinampas were abandoned. The canals filled in. A 2,400-year-old system slowly faded into obscurity. Not because it failed, but because the world changed. Today, climate change, soil degradation, water scarcity, industrial agriculture dependent on chemicals and fossil fuels. And slowly, scientists are looking back. They are rediscovering that Chinampas are low emission, self-sustaining, biodiverse, extremely productive. What we call the future of farming may have existed 2,400 years ago. The question is no longer, how did they do it? But why did we stop? And if the past once solved this problem, is the future waiting for us to return?